Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2019 Career Mode, episode number 59. Tour de France ongoing. Chris Froome into the race lead. Dumoulin second. Van Barle third. It's still very early days in that one. As for us, Oostenrijk Rundfahrt, second of the two big climbing stages. We're still in a good position. This one, a bit longer. I think it's a little bit less steep though. Breakaway's lead is crumbling. Meanwhile, Cassart coming with water one last time. And we're approaching the climb. We've got 28 kilometers left. A little bit of fatigue starting to set in as the pace has picked up significantly over the last little while. Landa, of course, is in the race lead. Evenepoel 50 seconds down in the overall. But then we've got a pretty good gap to Jan Izagirre. And it's actually McNulty who's in fourth. Now, bad news for today. Evenepoel a -2, but looking at it, it's stamina resistance -1. That's all that will affect him as we're just about there. It's time. Meanwhile, it's McNulty. Look at that. Oh my goodness, McNulty has a chance to actually win this stage today, but of course in fourth place. We're going to try to see if we can get him onto the podium, but at the same time keep Evenepoel in place. So maybe they work together. Maybe we still have McNulty riding for Evenepoel, but likewise trying to get himself into third place. So here we go. 87 is already a blinking red. Let's push it just a little bit harder, but not too much. As long as they're mostly holding their position, I'm okay with them being slightly faded. Mater is also on a pretty good one today. He's a 76 with his race day bonuses. And there's the breakaway just ahead of us. We're going to make contact pretty soon. It's tempting to try something right as we catch them, because that's where things always get a little bit chaotic, where you catch those breakaway groups. But not interested right now. Breakaway's gap is holding at the moment, but you can see Peloton starting to drop off. Breakaway starting to drop off. They have just 8 riders left in the break. We've been pulling it back one by one. And Peloton losing riders one by one. And speaking of losing riders, there goes Cassart. Wow, he dropped fast. I thought he was just there a second ago. Felchi, you're going to take over his duties, which were here, supporting Evenepoel. We'll keep an eye on Cassart for a moment, just as long as we can still see the front anyway. We want to make sure nothing happens there. And actually, I think there's a little acceleration by the Movistar rider.
There are just 10 kilometers left.
10K to go. Okay. We're through the first phase of the climb. We're heading into another steep phase, but it will ease off a little bit for a while. But then it goes real steep again to the end. Kind of a 4-phase climb. We're through the first. This is the longer and arguably double. Ooh, Van Garderen and Bookman both in the breakaway, huh? Those two riding off to go for the stage. And the gap's actually opening. Those guys are a minute and a half clear now. We're not pulling the group back otherwise. Okay, Cassart's gone out the back. Let's see how far is that. He's just gone out the back. 101 riders left, but you can see another 20 or so that are about to get dropped. Things haven't thinned out too much yet. Technically, we are the ones who would need to attack Landa to go for the win. And I think that could be why he's sitting on. But fatigue is definitely a thing. And it is a factor. And as we have these other guys around, I'm mostly content with trying to just keep our position as opposed to going for the win. So now it's Owen going back. He was protecting McNulty.
Oh, the list of those left behind goes on rising.
Okay, here we go. Here comes the acceleration. Swift, Hershey.
Away from the group. He's going for victory.
And so it's going to be Mater. Here, let's do this. 99. You 3 can all go just on auto. I don't like your auto that you selected. It's funny though that you're doing exactly what you were supposed to before. Okay, Venable following McNulty, following Mater, and Mater. You're going to use your gel now. 7k to go. Oh, come on. Felchi's in the way. 5 riders off the front. We've got 3 chasing. There's Landa now.
Counterattack by Ian Itzagiri.
Alright, we've caught those guys, and I think Mater's going to just keep right on putting a little pressure on. Peloton down to 52. 5k to go. Yeah, I'm okay with this. We're not hurting McNulty or Evenepoel right now. But we are kind of helping the others out. It's thinning the field, though. 4k to go. Gel's used up. McNulty's going to be on the move here soon. Okay, Mater's done. Nolte should have pretty good pace here. 3k to go. Venapoel's hanging in there with the pace, so we're okay. Group's down to 16. Still have Van Garderen, Armé, and Chavez up ahead. But we are catching up to them. Use of Venapoel's gel. Okay, group of 9 chasing 2. 1.5k to go. Gonna slow it down a little bit here. 1k to go.
It's in such percentages that the strongest can create some gaps.
700 meters. Both guys are a little tired. That's why I'm easing off. McNulty. Oh! It goes for the stage win. Nothing left. He's close. We're in a good position here for second and third. 2 Landa, of course. Nolte nearly steals it from him. I went a little too quick there. Burnt his energy a little too fast. But we do get second and third. We do beat the break. And we do beat the rest of the field. Hershey there in fourth. Chavez, Armé, Kovacevic, Bilbao. No sign of Izaguirre yet. So I think McNulty will move up into third overall. Evenepoel hanging on to second. Landa, of course, hanging on to the lead. So 2 riders on the podium is the most likely at this point. I think we'll have enough of a gap. There's Swift. Prince Dyer. Still no sign. There's Izaguirre. Can't see the gap. Stage name's too long. But it did look like it was 2 to 3 minutes. So, great result. Again, not the win, but Landa's just too strong. We nearly pulled it off. Even with the +5, McNulty still wasn't quite strong enough. But, of course, if Evenepoel was leading him out, I think we probably could have gotten McNulty the stage. I think there was a chance for that. But it could have easily cost Evenepoel second place overall. Then again, Izaguirre lost 2.5 minutes. And sure enough, Landa in the lead. Evenepoel a minute and a half behind. 3 minutes is McNulty. Hershey, 3:45. Now in 4th place. Izaguirre drops all the way to 7th. Evenepoel is 6 points away from the points jersey. KOM's out of reach. Points jersey, we might be able to grab that in the final 2 stages. As we head to the final sprint point on the final stage of this race, I had tiny hopes that we would be close enough to the break in order to do something, in order to go try to grab a few points. for Evenepoel, as I'd love to get the points jersey out of this race. I mean, we have the under 25s, but it'd be nice to get that classification as well, take that bonus. But as we go forward, let's get water one final time here before the finish. I should have done this about 10K ago. Breakaway, 10 riders have less than a minute. Now they're starting to attack themselves. It's also affecting my attempt to speed things up. And there you go. We've got our full team. We are going to go sprint train for the end of this stage. So what does it look like? Oh, excuse me. Pretty steep for about 3 kilometers. Levels off a bit. And then the last 500, 400 meters or so goes uphill again. So that's what we're in for. We've got 21K to go. We'll be setting up a sprint train about 12K out, I think. No, a little further, a little further. We're still further away from the finish than I thought. Yeah, 10K out. Okay, this is about a good time to do that. There's actually a little uphill coming. It's a good time to bring it together. All right. Let's go ahead and head on down here. Let's put everyone... 99, follow, of course, Evenepoel, the main guy we ride for, and McNulty. From there, I think Gino Mater is the strongest. And then Felci, these are the guys that kind of can hang in there. Logan Owen can give us a good turn of pace, a little bit quicker to pull out than Mather. And Cassart, he's going to just work to get us to the front now. See if an 88 is enough to make progress. It is. So we can slow down even further. We don't need to be to the front yet. Okay, but here comes some other teams. Let's go back up to an 88. Just kind of inch our way forward here. 89. There we go. That's enough to bring him out front now. And as we are approaching this left-hander here, it doesn't go up immediately, but this is where we kind of head into the hill. Let's get Mather ready. There we go, one more turn. Okay, so Cassart, you're going to go at 92. It's only 4.5K. So 95. Already there's an attack here by Mestre. Okay, Cassart done. That's the weak man. It's already just 3.5K, so I need to use gels at least for these next 4. Okay, Mather, 97. Go catch these guys. Yeah, Izagira's with it, so I'm going to make sure we catch him. 3.5K. $3K. These last ones in there. And I guess we're going to go full 99s the rest of the way. 3K to go. Owen's got a good turn of pace, so he should be able to pull these guys back. No, stay to the right. There it is. He does it. But he also just left Felci behind. Okay, Mather, 2K to go. Felci did nothing but ride in the group. That's okay, 1.7K to go. We'll let Mather ride a little bit longer, 1K to go now. Now we go, hey, I used your gel, McNulty. Why didn't you use your gel? What is he doing? He's not following directions at all. This is not the orders that I gave McNulty. Oh, you can't get past anyone. That's awesome. Evenepoel's got full strength. Real chance at the 6 points, but there's Landa. And Evenepoel can't get through. Mather, get out of the way. Evenepoel, go, go, go. Wow, Landa's going to take second. So he's got the points jersey. No time losses, so it's all good. It gets up to 7th at the end. Could have done so much more with that, but we got bogged in. And I don't know what was going on with McNulty. Used his gel, but he didn't use it. Told him to go effort wasn't following directions. There was a lot of... that was a little buggy. Whatever, though. I didn't have hopes of winning the stage. I was really just trying to finish ahead of Landa. And considering he took second, I don't think it would have mattered. Even if we got Evenepoel up to, say, third or second, right? That wouldn't have been enough for the 6 points. And I had no aspirations to win the stage. I didn't think we were going to be strong enough for that, so it is what it is. But we managed to get 2 riders on the podium. There might have been one rider here that was just too strong in Landa. But we get a second and third. And, well, that's not necessarily better than winning the race. In terms of points, I think it does add up to be more. Well, we get the under 25s and the team classification, so I'm happy with that. A couple more stages into the Tour de France now. One of them was a sprint stage. It looks like a breakaway might have won. Well, there's Demar in third, so maybe sprint with a couple breakaway riders left out front. Still Froome, Dumoulin, and Van Barle. San Sebastian. Ooh, end. Okay, we're going to be ending July here, so we're a couple days away from our last dossier. Let's go ahead and jump to that. Okay, so Quebec, the World Tour race in Quebec, we did not get an invite, which I suppose isn't a bad thing. It was one of 3 races at the same time. We have to go in and confirm our race calendar now that that's in. Ewan, Groenewegen, and Demar at the top of the latest stage. No change to the overall standings. So let's see if that has cleared up now, because I did have 3 at the same time. No, that's only 2. That's a youth championship race that we are not in, as is that. Still have this one. So we still have 1. But what I could do is I could pull some riders out of Deutschland to participate in that one. Okay, Montreal. Wait, no. We didn't get in. That's the one we just missed out on the invite to, right? Oh, that was Quebec. Okay, Montreal we don't know about yet. So Montreal is out. That was just a couple days prior. We'll find out about that one soon. But right now there's only 1 conflict. And I don't want to pull myself out of these World Tour races. So we'll make it work. Rest of the way, we're okay. So no change. We'll figure it out. So let's go ahead and confirm the race calendar. Now, last chance on dossiers. Where do we stand now? Van Barle, 92%. He is so close. We might make it. We just need 8% more. Ciccone looks like he's not going to hit it. Lutsenko's definitely not going to hit it. Just 25% increase since the beginning. So I think we can forget about Lutsenko. Pedersen, 92%. Conchi, 87%. That's close. Bookman, 97%. Any increase, we'll see it. Tunison, I don't think he's going to make it. Just an 8% increase since we put him in at the start of the month. We would have needed to be a lot more than that. Case Bull, it looks like he's going to come up short. Lucas Hamilton, he's up 30%. He might make it, but that's pretty iffy. Hershey, decent chance. Rayovic, I think we're going to hit that one. We only need 3%, and that 10% came just since the first. We just added him. Hamilton's a maybe. Nealon's is looking good. This guy's looking good. So we have 6 points. It's definitely got to be 75 plus. There's no reason to go after anyone below this with these last 6 points. We got a bunch of 1-pointers. They're all 1-pointers except for Ben King. And then there's only a handful of those that are 73 and above. So from those, Adapuma is a climber, but 32. He's not great. Ben King is actually better suited. So let's go ahead and do Ben King, especially as an American writer, I suppose. Edmondson has some qualities. The time trialing could be a thing. It's not somebody I would look to. I don't think any of these guys are someone I would expect, but if, as a fallback, if they are at 100% and others are not. David A. Ballerini, good puncher. Okay with classics, even though he's labeled as a Baradur, and that is his highest rating. He's only 25. He's got some decent attributes otherwise to boost us up a little bit. Push came to shove. Yeah, it's Van Rensburg, bit of a classics guy more than anything else, but pretty balanced. Don't like that he's 31 though. What about these 72s? Younger writers. Okay, I could work with that. How are we doing? One more. You're a puncher, 71, 74. No resistance, though. Vervecchi. There you go, Vervecchi. I like Vervecchi. One of our top writers on the 2018 career team. Okay, that's it. That's our points. Hopefully we can see, 2 or 3 of those hit 100%. And we've already got 4 and 5. It looks like we might get another 4, 5, 6. It's about 11 riders to choose from, to target. I think regardless, we're going to need to go for somebody here like Van Barl. Van Barl is going to really boost the team in a few areas. I hope he gets the 8%. I really does. I really do. That'll be our top target. And Peterson. If we sign those two, that could be enough right there. But we are going to go a bit over our budget. We're going to sign what we need to sign. We can definitely afford to go over by a bit. I mean, we've got a very healthy balance that we can take a bite out of this coming season to get ourselves into World Tour. We don't have to worry about 3 races at this point. Montreal out, so we'll only have that problem once all season. We'll make it work. Tour de France, further updates, Rowan Dennis, Chris Froome, and Schmidt. That looks like time trial, I would say. Van Barl moves ahead of Dumoulin into second. Wow. And we might be signing him. Wow. The next stage, Caleb Ewan wins the sprint. Froome, Dumoulin, and Thomas. It does change the order of Van Barl. You can see he drops out of the top 3. we sent 5 riders on a training camp getting ready for our upcoming debut in a Grand Tour. Venable, Felchi, Mather, McNulty, all there. And then the latest stage looks like a punchy one. Alaphilippe, Haig, and Cardis. But no change in the standings. Still a handful of stages to go. We'll get the updates on those here in a moment. A quick stage-by-stage recap of the Tour de France. Rowan Dennis takes the opening prologue. Galopin wins stage number 2, cobbled race there. 22 seconds clear. Dumoulin wins stage 3. They call that punchy. Chris Froome, Rowan Dennis were with him, somehow 18 seconds clear of everybody else. Poles wins stage 4. That was the team time trial. Ineos won it as a team. Stage 5, Bardet, Roglic, Dumoulin on top by 19 seconds. Small gap. Sprint stage, Caleb Ewan, Magnus Cort Nielsen, and Tony Galopin win from the break. I was right. Demar wins the sprint after that. Stage 8, it's Caleb Ewan winning that sprint. And again on 9. Rowan Dennis takes stage 10, the time trial. Froome, Wirtz, Kelderman, Van Barle. 11 goes to Caleb Ewan again. Froome wins the climb over Dumoulin and Thomas. In 13, Alaphilippe wins this climbing stage, presumably from the break. That looks like a breakaway group right there, those 7. Then Roglic, Bardet, Pinot, Froome, Dumoulin are next. Thomas loses a little bit of time on that one. And I think this is where you get the withdrawal. Nope, never mind. I don't see his name here either. I think this is where Dumoulin abandons the race. So I don't think he started the stage. Ewan wins another one. Roglic takes this one. Not sure how. Nothing punchy about it. Pinot, Roglic, Froome, Kruijswijk break away from the field, stay away from the field. Pinot takes the stage. Pinot again by 14 seconds. So coming on strong. That's to the top of Alpe d'Huez. Coming on strong late in the race. Pinot another win. Roglic, Froome, Kelderman. 19. And he's absolutely on fire. That's one climb. 94 kilometers uphill. McCarthy wins this shorter 56 kilometer climb. That looks like a breakaway win. That's definitely a breakaway win because there's your 9-minute behind pack. And finally, stage 21 to the Champs-Élysées. And it's Caleb Ewan with yet another victory. On the general classification, Chris Froome wins another Tour de France over his teammate, Geraint Thomas, in second. Thibaut Pinot recovers to take third, doing what he really does. Weak early on, well down the order, and then comes on strong in the final stages to steal a podium spot. Third place seems to be where he wants to finish every race. Probably not. But that seems to be where he does end up finishing. Excuse me. Caleb Ewan, of course, wins the points classification behind all those stage victories. Peter Sagan only third. KOM goes to Alaphilippe, who I think was in the breakaway the majority of the time. Oomen wins the under-25s classification over Mataway. And Team Ineos does strong enough to take the team classification. Bringing up the rear end is Arkea Samsic. for Froome. That is his 5th victory in game. That puts him up there with Merckx and Hino and Indurain. That's a special place to be. Yeah, he's already done that. I do not like seeing that name on the list. Why are other dopers removed from the list, but he's not? Why? Because he was young enough to still have a career after getting busted and sitting out for a year? I was really surprised he got a little slap on the wrist and treated like a great when others have every single title they've ever won stripped for their entire career. Anyway, a couple days away. It's time. We're going to open with our sponsor. Right now, we'd be looking at a budget of $150,000 per month. Currently, we're at $125,000. We started at $100,000 a year ago. So that's a 50% increase from where we began. We've got the sponsor confidence, no doubt about it. But will there be another offer that we'll want to jump on? Because what is the max? About $220,000. Now that's still a year or two of improvement, and hefty improvement. I like $25,000 a month. That $25,000 a month increase year to year. That's a pretty good increase. So we may stay with them, but it'll depend on what kind of offer we are given. It's going to take a substantially higher estimation for the maximum amount, especially when we have a team that's already built for this sponsor. So Facebook, of course, is back with an offer, and that looks pretty good, $150,000 per month. The competitive offers here, Antwerp wanting to step in. Flanders region, it's hard to say if my 4 Belgian riders are all Flanders region or if that's split up into 2 regions. I don't know for sure, but I would assume that Flanders region for them actually would mean all of Belgium and maybe some of Holland. Because, for example, right here, Dutch sponsor, don't know what's up with that, but is this just going to be Bink? I have no idea what we're even looking at. I love that the estimation max is significantly higher. But the budget is actually less for Antwerp, so that's out. This is exactly the same, though the max is higher, so it could improve by more than $25,000 a year from now, but then we don't have those riders necessarily. We have some, but I think we're going to go ahead and extend with Facebook at least one more year. We'll see at the beginning of the year if our increase amount changes. Then we'll be looking to sign another deal, a different deal next year, because I think we're getting awfully close to that max. So 1 year, maybe 2 more with Facebook, and that's going to be it. And with that, we are now a day away from the signing period, but not enough time to make it happen right now. So we're going to have to wait. There's a lot of riders out there that are expiring with their contracts. Sagan, Alaphilippe, the top riders. Lampard, Kung, Dumoulin, the next group, Van Aert. That'd be a nice one to get, but we're not reaching to the 78s yet. There's a lot of 78s. The 77s are the high end that we're trying to reach. This index is going to kick off tomorrow. We'll see where we're at already. With our returning riders, we might be in a good place right now. But we'll see what else we can do. Philipsen, all the way up in 15th in the World Tour rankings. Philipsen and Evenepoel leading the Continental rankings, just 5 points apart from each other. Philipsen 4th in the Super Prestige, Evenepoel 14th. It's pretty good. That is pretty good. Of course, as a team. 6th. I knew it was going to slip over time, but we're still up there. And it's not going to drop too much more than this. Still get a few World Tour races. We've got a Grand Tour coming up. So Tour de France hurt us. A lot of points came from that one. I'm sure when these guys just bumped up was a result of their what they did in the Tour de France. Most points on offer throughout the season. But our signing period, we're going to open the next episode with that. So 1 day away, and the next episode will begin. We'll see what we can do. Can we finally reach World Tour status? Hopefully we can. I think we might, especially if we go over budget a fair amount. Sign some of those 77s to go with our 76s. I think we can squeeze our way into the World Tour. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Be sure to hit that like button. A 2nd and 3rd place in this race. And 1 more year with Facebook. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.